folks? How you doing? WrestleTrueResults303.com. Check out the website, link in the description box. Mind, body, spirit, fitness, putting the healing back in health. Coming at you today with a relationship video. And should you get back with your ex? This is the big one, right? We all have these issues, right? Should you get back with your ex? Is it possible? Is it the worst? It's most likely going to be the worst decision you make, but maybe not. Is it possible? It's going to go like 85-15. 85 being probably the worst thing mistake you're going to make. 15 being you're all right. So once again, it's just how did the relationship end in general, right? Did it end in infidelity? If that's the case, are you going to be able to walk around with a clear conscience, a clear mind? Or are you always going to be thinking, is she cheating on me? Is he cheating on me? Are they here? Are they there? Are you always calling them, checking up on them? So, in my opinion, if that's the reason why the relationship was over, then let it go. That's a rough one. There's a lot of things that you're gonna have to go through. But once again, that's up to you. I've thought every once in a while that if marriage is till death do us part, that's a long time. That's 30, 40, 50, 60 years. In that time frame, there could be infidelity. And when it comes down to it, you made that vow with God, and you've got to be able to stick through it, thick and thin. It's easy to say when you're not in that situation, right? But if it's just dating, I'd say let it go, But once again, it's up to you. Now, is it just miscommunication? If it's just miscommunication, then that's an easy one to fix. You've just got to be able to work on yourself and work together. I just read a book. Yeah, I always used to think it was a ridiculous book. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. And I heard an interview by the guy, and he was spitting some truth. I was sitting there thinking to myself, dang, this guy's got a point. I went out and bought the book like the next day, and he has 3 or 4 other books. What was his name? Something Gray. Nick Gray? I don't know. But just look up Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. And it talks about the miscommunication and how women communicate compared to men and the differences. And it's funny though, because I was listening to Catholic radio the other day at work, and he was talking about it, and he didn't like it. I'm trying to think of what he said, because the point he brought up was good about how this speaking different languages is kind of BS, and I can't remember what he said, but it was a good thought. It'll probably pop up in my head a couple months from now. But I do like the sense of how we do communicate different. But it's a guarantee. It's it's you can understand it just by a group of men sitting in a room versus a group of women sitting in a room, right? A group of women are sitting in the room, TV's off, they're chatting, having a good time. Man, TV's on, we're watching football. Oh, that was a good hit. There's no conversation going on. But women, that's a different. You can tell just by when they gather together. It's different. When men gather, when women gather, it's completely different, right? So, so if it's miscommunication, that's fine. That's something that can be solved as long as you're willing to understand it. Because for the longest time, I was a horrible communicator. I'm not gonna lie. I'm an introvert. I only have a small circle of friends. I'm not a fan of going to big parties and big gatherings. I am horrible at public speaking. All these things, though, in the last couple of years, I've gotten better at once I've, started my self improvement journey. So I'm getting better at it, and I'm learning more daily. Like there was a girl I was dating. We had a lot in common. She loved to exercise. We even worked together. Uh, she was a Christian. I'm a Catholic Christian. And that's when I met her, it made me want to really dive into my faith more. And for me, diving into my faith more was great. I was learning a lot of things, but I was approaching her in the wrong way. You know, now I'm a lot different. You can even tell by my videos from then till now. My videos then were I was just thumping you with Catholicism, Catholicism, And now I try to take a worldview and then kind of slide in the Catholicism and the Christianity at the end. Even myself, I've learned to approach it differently. So, and unfortunately, with her, we had all these things in common, but the main one, which was our spirituality and our beliefs, we weren't able to communicate with. So we were kind of stuck in a box, right? Now, I'm a different, I consider myself different, and I would approach it differently. But at that time, I was horribly communicating my thoughts and beliefs at that time. But hey, it is what it is. So, like I said, if it's just a communication issue, you can get over that. If it's a look issue, I think you should be able to get over that as well. As you get older, we're all going to, looks fade no matter what. So that's just something, if it hasn't been too long, try and rekindle. You should be able to get over those things. But I think the main one is just infidelity. That's going to be a hard one. But if it's just communication issues, that's something that you can work on. It's something that you both have to be willing to work on, and you just got to be able to be open with each other at all costs, at all times. Um, but once again, it's a difficult thing. You got to sit there. People don't want to sit in silence. Sit in silence 1 2 days and kind of see what goes on. Maybe go out to dinner. Don't ever get yourself in a non-social environment so things don't go too far too quickly. In my opinion, maybe only go out to eat. You're driving to places separately, just kind of taking it from there, trying to rebuild that friendship and that trust and see where it's going to go from there. You got to take it slow. People are going to try to lie to you nowadays, I think, and say, oh, people that cohabitate do all this. There's no difference in divorce rates and there's no difference in this. There might not be a difference in divorce rate, but what is the difference in happiness? You know, Having children out of wedlock and things like that, and separations, and it's a whole big can of worms that you can open. But like I said, just depending on the situation, it's possible, but most likely it's going to be 85% don't mess with the person anymore. 15% is possible. So, I mean, it is what it is. Do some soul searching and see what's gonna work for you. They say if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, then it's yours. Yeah, whatever, right? They're always gonna come back to you when things in their life are going bad, and and you're always gonna try to go back when all you think about is the good things that happen. When you're in a bad place, you only try to think about good things. When you're in a good place, you don't really care about whatever good things happened over there because right now things are a lot better. So once again, some food for thought in that area. So I hope this helps. Subscribe to the channel, share and like these videos.